Hello, everybody. Hope I'm audible and I'm visible. So we are going to start our today's live. So let me first join our host and so I can see Avisek is online as well as our host Mr. Supratim Pal also online. Hi Supratim da.
Hi. All good?
So I can see Avisek. Yeah, everything is going fine. Have added Avisek. Hopefully he will be joined within next few seconds. I can see him online.
Okay.
I think Avisek is getting some challenge to join. Let me invite him. So, hey, is it Avisek? Hi, Avisek.
Hi. All good?
Hello.
Avisek, is it audible?
Yes, it's audible, but
Okay.
just give a minute.
Absolutely.
Sure.
No problem.
So, Avisek is basically very much popular for his Facebook lives and others, but he is using this Instagram platform maybe for the first time for the live. So that's not an issue.
Okay.
So let him first.
I think headphone is not working with this Instagram live.
Okay.
Issue. You are very much audible with the normal mic.
Okay.
If necessary, you can.
Okay, so
You just switch on the speaker. That's not a problem. You can.
okay, yes. I'm hearing you through the speaker. Okay, not a problem.
So
Yes, sure.
that's it. So for you, so
Avisek is a mountaineer, first of all. Cycling is his second love, as far as I know. Ultra cycling is his second love. His first love has always been mountaineering, and he has been mountaineering since years practically. He is a professor in one of the engineering institutes in Kolkata. But last year, he did a remarkable achievement by qualifying for RAM, Race Across America, for the next 2 years. He can join the one of the most grueling ultra cycling races across the world, and he did it in our inaugural edition of Coast to Crest in December 2023 last year. So I personally want to listen to his story, why he took up ultra cycling and where he thought that okay, ultra cycling can be the next big thing for my parallel training for mountaineering, for endurance. Abhishek, tell us about your story, how you started ultra cycling.
Okay. So good afternoon again, everyone, to the hosts, Supratim da, Arnav da, and to all the audience. So I started my journey of mountaineering in 2008. So I just started trekking and all these things, then did the course, and then started expeditions, mountain climbing, all these things. But after 2015, almost after or 16, after 8 years of mountaineering, so I thought that I can push my limits. I can go to the next level of the climbing. So this is where I started this ultra endurance practice. Basically, I wanted to summit on my own I wanted to open the routes. I wanted to carry the whole things, and also I wanted to break the path through the snow for climbing, through the ice climbing. So this is where I started my next level of physical activity. And on that part, I started first running, obviously. Uh, and when I started running, I started from 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer, then 20, then 40, then ultra marathons, then trail runnings. All these things were happening part by part. But at the same time, I had to practice some cross training also. So on that part, I started cycling and swimming. First, I started cycling as the cross training, and then I started swimming. So this is where I started the cycling. First, I started with the BRMs, like 200 kilometer cycling within a specific time I had to finish. And I loved the idea of BRMs because it was fully self-supported, and the same style I wanted to climb in the mountain. And also the when I am going through the long distance cycling, I had to make the choices. I have to make the plannings, and my supporting my supporting equipments. So all these things I have to plan on my own, and according to our physical capacity, I had to finish within a time. So I loved the idea of BRM, and also the main point was that it was quite low costing compared to the other cycling events. So I loved the idea, and I started in the I enter in the world of ultra distance cycling, and there I pushed my limit, and then I did 200 BRM and 400 BRM, 300 BRM, 600 BRM one by one with my hybrid bike, not with the road bike. So this is where I could understand that well I am well capable of that, and then I wanted to push my level in the next level. So this is where I started the more than 600 BRM, like 1000 BRM, 1200 BRM. I started. So I completed them also in 2000. I think 22, 23 in these times. I did them. 2000 or sorry, so and this is 2024. So 2021, 22, I completed 1000 BRM and 1200 LRM. So all these were part of this ultra distance, the ultra endurance, because in the mountain, when I tried to push, when I tried to summit in a single push, I had to climb. Hours after hours. Maybe it was 20 hours. Maybe it was 24 hours. Uh, and it was totally exhausting when I was climbing in the low oxygen zone with a limited food, with a limited support. So I just wanted to cope up this type of situation. So cycling, ultra distance cycling was part of this training. And this is why I always maintain this practice for 2 days or 24-hour or 2 days continuous cycling. I really love that type of race. And also, during the snow breaking, when I wanted to summit in the snowy peaks or the icy peaks, I have to break the path of snow, and this breaking of snow paths are really interesting. Means I have to lift up my knee very high up, then it is going again down because snow is very soft. So when I am taking up this knee up and down, that is, I feel like it is more like paddling. Uh, And this is where I thought that cycling can be an interesting also exercise setup uh, for the marching through snow when there is waist deep snow when I'm mountaineering. When I'm doing mountaineering, this ice deep snow, I mean the waist deep snow, uh, they are more like paddling. I am always feeling like I'm paddling through the snow. I am lifting up my knee up, and again it is going down where I'm pushing the snow. It is going again through the snow. I mean through the waist, and then again I have to lift up the, uh, uh, I mean, a knee. So this idea of cycling was, was better. Uh, Aside, I mean, with the running. Running is obviously the basic part or the base part for mountaineering, but as well as cycling was also really helpful. And here the normal grammar of cycling is that uh, that low gear and high rotation. Normally, these type of suggestions are given for the long distance cycling, but for mountaineering purpose, I normally use very high gear and low cadence. I think that type of cycling actually help me to develop the muscles when like the strength training, but that is not advisable at all for the cyclists. But for mountaineering, I use that type of cycling practice. Whatever, I want to just cope up with the cycling, with the mountaineering for this type of practice. There is also uh, an suggestion from the books of this alpine style climbing that the cycling can be also better if you don't use your seat. That is really helpful for the mountaineering, but that is absurd, and I cannot even think of about that. But someday I can also practice that part also, that without seat you can do cycling. That will actually help the mountaineering part or the climbing part. So those type of sports, they are really interconnected, especially the ultra endurance, with the uh, with the limited food, limited water, and without sleep. How can I exhaust my body? And after fully exhausting body, when there is no energy left, how can I push my body? How can I mean, uh, how can I torture myself to get the success? So these all are the parts of mountaineering as well as for the ultra distance cycling. This is why I am always in practice with the ultra distance cycling for the develop of mountaineering.
That's great.
So this is why
Yes,
I am doing the practice.
another point I just want to make, not point, but this is what Abhishek did during the pandemic. That was where our seed for Coast to Crest was germinated there. He took a cycle and rode from the Bay of Bengal to Sandakphu. Sandakphu is the highest peak in West Bengal. So, Abhishek, if you can tell us about that experience where you did with Devanjan, I think. You and Devanjan,
Yes.
you took up the cycles and you completely, I think, did the ride plus run, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
And tell
sure.
us about that experience
It
where,
was the pandemic time. I mean, just we were getting bored in the home, like no other activities we could do, especially in the mountain. All these places were restricted in Nepal, in Himachal, Uttarakhand. We could not go anywhere. So this is where we planned for the adventure that, well, we have done 600-kilometer BRM, 1,000 BRM, and um, also we have done lots of trail running. So why not we can now push our next level to our next level. So this is where I planned that from sea to the summit, that means from the sea level, Bokhali, to Samak, 3 days we wanted to do totally. So we started cycling from me. I just bought a road bike just 2 weeks back to the our event. So I was really new to the road biking things, and Devanjanda was really well experienced then. So we started our journey from the Bokhali in the evening. Though we tried to complete the journey from Bokhali to Manebhanjan, the base camp of Sandakphu, in just 2 days. But due to the thunderstorm, it was a time when thunderstorm hit in Bengal. So I mean a really big headwind we got and a continuous rainfall, and so we took around 3 days instead of 2 days. We took 3 days to reach from Bokhali to uh, Manebhanjan in fully self-supported way. It was a part of our self-supported adventure that we can just plan and we can just go out. So nobody is restricting you. So we just arrived Manebhanjan around on the third day morning. From there we started running another 30 kilometer from Manebhanjan to Sandakphu. That is around height was 3636 meter, and we reached in the evening again at the summit of the Sandakphu. So it took total 4 days, 3 days of cycling and 1 day of hiking, speed hiking, and ultimately we did the thing. And I think now after this ultra distance cycling practice, because during the COVID time we could not do any practice, so we just did from our past past experience. But I think now it is doable within 3 days easily from Bokhali to Sandakphu. But at that time it was very difficult, and my new road bike suffered me with 17 punctures on the road. So it was a taste of, the patience also. It was really memorable.
But since it's self-supported, so you had to do your fixing and everything.
Yes,
Nobody was
always.
there.
Even when we are climbing in the hill cut road, through the hill cut road, in the night around 2 o'clock, it was completely in the dense forest, raining, drizzling are continuously happening. And at that time also I got another puncture and I had to fix it. So it was very, very pathetic. But in the self-supported venture or in the outdoor venture, it is usually happened. It was not a surprise for us.
And
So
especially
we just
for
accept the
someone,
things and we have to fix.
yeah, especially for
That is the
someone who
beauty
did
of self-supported.
alpine style climb always, so he knows
Yes,
how
always.
to make himself self-supported always. That's good.
And there is nobody to help us. So
is it the same hill cut route that you took in Coast to Crest race also? Is it the same route?
yes,
Hilsukia
yes, the same route.
Okay.
Same route.
Okay. So tell us about your Coast to Crest race in a few words. How you enjoyed that race, because it was not a ride. Coast to Crest is not a ride. It's not a
Okay, before the Coast to Crest, I have done already. I have told you that I have done already 1200 BR LRM. That was the Kolkata to Siliguri to Kolkata. Before it also I had done Bokhali to Sandakphu, so where I had to climb the last part. So I was quite confident that I can finish easily. I could finish easily. But the confusion was that I had to do it within 48 hours. So
Right.
that part was challenging.
Right.
Because in LRM or BRM, and like self-supported ride or touring type of, that is not a race BRM, that is the touring. So in the touring, cycling touring, we got enough time. We had enough time to sleep. We had enough time to ride for recovery. So it was not so problematic. But in the race, I did not have much time to sleep or for recovery. So I was really afraid of that in the sleep depression. How can I climb the last part? But whatever, things went well, and I really pushed myself for the last part. Especially, I could remember that when I reached Islampur, I just wanted to give up. Give up means the cutoff time. I wanted to give up the cutoff time that I could not reach now. I was thinking that, okay, just finish the race. I just cannot push myself so long. But at that time, I just took a break for 15 minutes, and then I thought myself that why I came, why I turned up, and just
It
came
happens
back
to lots
again.
of riders and racers, but nobody gives
Yes.
up. Giving up is not our strategy. Just never
Because there
giving up.
was nobody to
Yeah,
motivate us. So um,
that's true.
I just had to recover myself for turning again. So and the last part was really beautiful in the night through the hill cut road. That was just challenging, and I could see the finish line throughout the climbing. So it was really enjoyable, and this is the taste of race, ultra distance cycling race. What I got in the coast to crest.
That's good. So tell us, Abhishek, one thing that do you think that crew supported rider would have been better than a self supported one? I mean, you were a self supported rider, you all were, like Amit was there, Devanjan was there, everyone was there. So they all took self supported route, not the crew supported one. So what do you think, that crew supported would have been better in such races or self supported ones?
Okay, already I have told you that I do cycling for the sake of mountaineering, for the self-supported climbing. So I always practice here self-supported
Okay, so
cycling.
you will be self
But
supported only.
yes,
You don't
always
need a crew
I
to
will do.
back you up.
So, but one thing that for the crew supported riding, there are volunteers always to cheers up. I don't have to worry my planning of food, water,
Right.
my puncture, all these things. And so it is kind of pure athletic in the crew supported cycling race. Okay, so from the perspective of athleticism, okay, that is well fine. Anybody can do if he or she is serious about the timing, about the race, from the view of athleticism. Okay, it is well fine. But from the view of adventure, from the view of mountaineering, okay, crew supported is another dimension. So it's not comparable, I think, these two parts.
Okay, but now we have seen in the last 10 years or so, just more than 10 years, uh, thousands of ultra cyclists on the road, and most of us are like we have jobs, we have business and other things, but during the weekends we all start cycling and endurance cycling. So, how do you look at the future of Indian ultra cycling? Do you think that in another 5 years or 10 years, the numbers will grow, or it is just a stagnation, that no more people will be coming to endurance cycling, endurance sports as such? Because you have been a marathoner, you have been a triathlete, you have been a mountaineer for years, so you know the kind of endurance a person needs to sustain and survive in this world. So, what do you think from the cycling perspective, ultra cycling perspective, how India will grow?
Well, we can
Because
understand that
we have seen in
ultra cycling is
marathons,
the
yeah, we have seen in marathons, thousands of people take part in marathons in the country. So, what about ultra cycling?
okay. You can understand that ultra cycling is the advanced level of cycling because one fine morning, if I
Shukruddin, I think there's some technical glitch or there's some
Yes,
technical
looks like
intervals.
probably.
okay, okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yes, we can.
Yes, yes. So you can understand that ultra-distance cycling is the advanced level of cycling. You need patience, you need years of practice, investment. I mean, the time investment, money investment, all these things are here for the ultra-distance cycling. If we can see the surge of the cyclist on the track, obviously a few can turn up to the ultra-distance cycling. So if the basic level or the primary level cyclists are in rise, so we can get a hope of getting higher ultra distance cycling. But the from my personal point of view, I have seen that after COVID or after the lockdown, we could see a surge of cyclists. We could see a lots of events where lots of participants are there. But suddenly, I think the number had decreased. That is, I think that is temporary. So with the time again, they will come back. If we continue our practices, if we can, motivate them with the achievements and the stories and these finishing line stories, the inspirations. And also, if they can understand that only work life and social life is not the life, also everyone should do some passionate sports practice or the sports achievement for the personal development as well as for the physical development. So if we can spread the awareness in the basic level, I think lots of cyclists can turn up in the basic level, and if the basic level is strong, I think lots of cyclists can turn up for the next level. For the ultra cycling level.
Race level also.
So, but what I have said that ultra cycling needs time, not the basic level. Those who are cycling for 20 kilometer or 30 kilometer for just or maybe the 100 kilometer for just 3 or 4 months, and the cyclist is trying to go for the ultra distance cycling, and he or she are getting fed up that he cannot push, and he or she may leave the space. I think that is not desirable. Everyone should need the patience for this advanced level of cycling, and I think if anyone can stick to the plan for at least 2 years, I think 2 years is enough from the basic level to the ultra cycling level. I think he or she can achieve lots of things.
Right.
Not in the cycling, also in the running and all these things. And ultra distance cycling, another beautiful part in India especially, that we can see a lots of space through cycling. That is not we can see through when we are riding with bike or car. Through cycling, we can see a different India, different road, different cultures, different natural beauties. So different types of things we can see through the cycling. When we are traveling for 100 kilometers, the people change in India. Their food change, their language change. So
that's the beauty of
cycling can be a really connecting media for in India. Especially we have the lots of Himalayan roads. We have lots of jungle roads, village roads. In India, I think cycling is never boring if we explore the cycling for our recreation also.
So what do you want to do next? A race or a ride across India? What is your next plan?
Okay. I currently stick to the maximum 2 days cycling race or events continuous. Within 48 hours or 50 hours. That is the maximum timing limit for cycling or running, what I am strict now. Maybe after 3 or 4 years, I can sign up for the lots of other races that may take up to 10 days, 12 days, 13 days.
Right.
But currently my focus is on the mainly climbing and climbing related practices. So I think 48 hours or 50 hours cycling days is very good for the mountaineers. but I'm now not just thinking behind the 50 hours races. So maybe within 5 to 6 years, I can go for serious ultra distance cycling, but not for now.
Great. Arnav, we have any questions for Avisek? If you can
Yeah.
tell us audience question.
So as we know, influencer in sports, all sports community, Kolkata and Bengal, but Avisek is in all. Uh,
Sorry, but I could
Yeah,
not. I think
your connectivity
couldn't get
might
you.
be an issue, Arnav. If you can,
is it audible?
now it's better.
Okay, I was little bit far from the mic. Maybe that's the reason.
Okay.
So what I was telling that Avisek is not only a cyclist, he is an influencer and he is a motivator in all dimension and many sports. So one of the guy has asked Avisek, we people are very much aware about Avisek's journey. So today we have not discussed that much. Before the C2C Ultra, Avisek has not only completed a triathlon but also he was a podium finisher of a triathlon. It was a full Ironman distance triathlon. So people was asking how did you recover within that sort of time, which is almost 15 days or 1 month most probably, and they are wondering about your achievement of back to back in month after month. You have achieved one podium in triathlon and also the RAM qualification in C2C Ultra. If you want to say anything about that, Abhishek.
Well, I really respect my body. That is not a part of question that I don't recovery and I go for the next level of practice. Uh, I do practice well, and also I listen my body. That is the part of my training. During training, I pushed my body as much as I can. Then also I give time for recovery. So after the triathlon, I think I did the triathlon on 2nd December last year, and then I went for coast to crest on the December last in the December last. So I got time for almost 3 weeks, I think. So for 2 weeks, I did a normal type of stretch up, lots of protein intake, carbohydrate intake, what I lost in the Ironman distance triathlon. Then for 1 week, then I went for again cycling, only for cycling, from basic to just practice for 100 kilometer a few times, and then I cope up again for the this race. Also throughout the year, I design my events like that way, that I give time for training, then I give time for recovery, then again base training, then advanced training, strength training, again event, and then again recovery. So this is the cycle I always maintain. And when I see that I cannot maintain this cycle, I skip the events. That is not, I cannot, participate. But this training cycle, always I maintain. And that is the part of the training plan. Also, I pushed my body. Uh, Throughout the training, I try to, teach my body for quicker recovery. That is also part of my training. That sometimes I do very frequent hard type of training, then recovery. Sometimes I design my practice schedule or the training schedule such a way that I am reducing the recovery time from day to day. Like I can give you an example that first week I may do suppose daily 10 kilometer running, but before 2 weeks I push it to daily 20 kilometer runnings. In between, I have taught my body that how to recover very fast. That is the part of my training. So Well, 2 weeks was enough for the recovery. Any types of sports recovery, 2 weeks was enough, and then I again went for the race. What I am personally thinking that if there was no triathlon at that time, I could finish faster. Well, my primary target was that at that time that I just wanted to finish within the cut-off time. So that's all.
That understand that first of the thing is the intensity of the training and the frequency of the training, which can be scheduled as per the need of the upcoming events,
Yes.
and twist them as per your body's requirement, and that's definitely will be varies from man to man and body to body. That's a great input, Abhishek. So next question I'm coming. People was asking that we have also not discussed much on that. Besides a sportsman, besides a professor, Abhishek is also a entrepreneur. So how you manage all those things in your daily life?
Well, I think we have all the 24 hours. That is
Yeah.
not extra hour. So I don't have any extra hour, 24 hours other than so I just plan the things and just I have just limited my waste of time in social medias.
Great.
I have no games in my mobile and all the gossip things. And also I have a timer in Facebook.
Okay.
So within just it is restricted to within just 1 hour. And I think if we get off these things of addiction, I think we all have the lots of time to do all these things.
So we take once we understand that so you are restricting the social media for a time being or a particular time. That means in some part of your life you also have faced that these can defocus you from your track. That's why these kinds of preventions are there on the social media.
Sorry, just I could not understand your question.
What I understand that you had make the timers and you are restricting your social media usage and mobile things for a particular time frame. So that means you have some lovely experience in past that which was defocusing you, or which when you have feel that these things can defocus you. Is it correct?
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
So that also one good thing what people was asking how they can manage or how Avisek was managing. That's the great insight. So we can compare our social media time and the wastage of time in a day, and how we can manage 24 hours. We can learn from Avisek's journey. So
Yes.
another question, Avisek, one guy has asking, is there any person in ultra marathon or ultra cycling whom you think that he is your inspiration?
That's good.
Well, I just see when I started running in 2017, I did not have any types of idea. I mean, ultra distance cycling, ultra distance running, all these things. But at that time, I just followed the YouTube's blogs, all these things, and I could understand that okay, these things are possible. I just started on my own to explore this type of endurance world, and then I met some people at that time who helped me actually, like Chandan Biswas from cycling, Anirban Acharya. They were at the very first time I met them, and I could understand that these things may happen.
I think there another technical glitch. In the meantime, for the audience, I just want to mention that Abhishek was taking the name Anirban Acharya. He was a very famous Indian cyclist who has traveled lots of countries. Even in COVID times, he is a traveler. So Abhishek has mentioned his name, and in Coast to Crest also, he has self-heartedly he has helped us to manage the show. So Abhishek, come back again. So Abhishek, please carry on.
Yes. So at that time, Anirban Acharya, Chandan Biswas, and Lipika.
Yeah.
So I mean, these people really motivated me and encouraged me for this type of cycling, running, all these things. And for running, I told that Orpita was there. Uh, she already ran a lots of ultra marathon, ultra trail running actually at that time, and she said me that this type of ultra endurance is possible. We thought that these were the madness that in a single day I am going to the Jongri top and coming back in a single day. People would call us mad. I mean, this is a totally madness. But she said that okay, this is quite doable, and she joined me. And I mean, these people actually inspired me a lot.
Passion is everything for all these
Sure.
things. Otherwise, passion is everything for to motivate you, to push you through, go to Zongri top and again coming back. And of course, in ultra cycling also, we are all passionate about the sports.
Sure. And totally madness.
Yes,
We have to believe in this
complete
madness.
But Supratim, what I found from Avisek's talks, that when he was talking about the inspiration part, especially, he has not take any foreign inspiration or any overseas inspiration or big names. He has find out the person surrounding him, and he is very much inspired by them.
Right.
It's a very nice example which today's child and today's kids can take, and people like me also can take. Because when we take the inspiration, I'm not taking that, I'm not talking that inspiration, taking inspiration from the overseas or taking inspiration from the very big shots is a crime. But thing is that when we compare them and when we take the inspiration, we end up with a conclusion that they have got these, they have this environment, they have this country facility. But when we take the inspiration from our next door,
Right.
there is no excuse for that.
It's quite well.
Even Avisek himself is a inspiration for us. And also what the names he has talked, like Deepika Di, like Anirban Acharya, like Chandanda, those are our next door guys. We can read more about them, and we can definitely prepare ourselves to think on that way.
Right. Absolutely
Yes,
right.
absolutely. And especially when we are growing up this type of community,
Yes.
so
It's a
we
community
are exploring
support
more.
that we all have. Yeah. We all need also this community support, local community support.
Yes,
Of course,
yes,
the
sure.
whole world is there, but to motivate you every day, to encourage us, to inspire us every day, we need, as Arnav said, local, absolutely next door person we need.
Yes, yes, sure.
Next, Arnav, any other questions for Abhishek?
Questions is too many is there. Supratimda, so what's your plan? Let's take a few more questions and then wrap up.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay, so one guy was asking that about your diet plan during your training and during your cycling days.
Yeah, that's very
Running and
important.
cycling.
Yeah, nutrition plan. Yeah,
Nutrition plan.
Okay.
that everyone is
Nutrition
curious
plan.
It's a very vast question.
Yeah.
Yes, I always tell people that meet a nutritionist. Nowadays, it's quite available. Lots of nutritionists are out there. Also, they are doing online consulting. But you should meet one nutritionist according to your daily life, daily working load, daily training load. So when nutritions are different person to person, it's not quite advisable that I am following this nutrition. That means that you should also follow this nutrition. Okay, during the sports or cycling, during the race, there are some specific type of nutritions. But apart from them, for daily nutrition, you should meet a nutritionist. That is advisable. And also, the running. I should mention one thing. I think all you have asked the question that my running practice is my best practice actually. And from running background, I came to the cycling. So that is my advantage, but that is not always advantage actually. Cycling muscles are different sets of muscle groups. Running muscles groups are different. But my, I mean, due to my this trekking, hiking, and climbing, my legs were well prepared for about 10 years before entering to the cycling. So that was the one part of advantage. But what I really do, I maximum practice on running, and I do cycling, especially on the weekend. But daily I do cycling actually. I go to my college by cycling, and again I come back to the gym, to the swimming place, then coming back to the home. All these commuting are done by cycling. Almost 25 kilometer every day I do cycling for just commuting. I mean, I intentionally do not use any type of bike and cars just to save my practice time. I do cycling during the commuting, and in the weekend when I go home, my home is Tonglu, that is around 100 kilometer from Kolkata, and I do this journey with the help of cycling. So that is the part of this commuting plan. I insert my practices for cycling. No special different time for the cycling, that in the morning I go with the cycle. I really don't get this type of time. So cycling is the part of commuting.
So how do you manage your nutrition in that? I mean, what kind of food you have every day or even during training?
During training?
During training
or
also. Any special kind of nutrition you have?
No, actually during training I try to avoid a lots of food actually. Like for 90 kilometer cycling, I hardly take one just energy bar, nothing else, or 75 millimeter water with hydrations. And because I have told you that this practice or the events or race experience, they are part of my climbing plan. So in the mountain climbing, I don't have the luxury of lots of foods, water, even water. In my snowy region, in the desert region, in the mountain, a limited source of water are there, and we have to spend the whole day with just one bottle of water. So this is I also I mean, my body is also preparing for that part with the help of this cycling and all these things.
So, Avisek, I have one question from my end. So, I have watched your cycle. It's almost 15 years old frame, if I'm not wrong, and it's a very basic 9-speed group set, correct? So, but I have never seen your standard athlete. I mean to say that whatever you have achieved in these days at your level or your standard athlete using that basic cycle. So do you ever think that means upgrading your equipment will give you better performance or will make you better athlete?
I have already told you before that cycling is not my part of athleticism. It is part of my adventure, my readiness for climbing, this self-supported training. So I used to ride hybrid bikes during my 300, 400 BRMs also. Then I shifted to the road biking just for the frame structure, because it is helpful for the knee. Otherwise, knee will damage if I continue doing this. I mean 400 or plus BRM, 600 BRM with the MTB or with the hybrid bike. They really damage our knees. They are not. I mean, the frame structure are not good for long distance cycling for this type of cycles. So this is why I just shifted to the road bike. That was the only reason. But the athleticism is not my part of training. Rather, adventure is always my part of training, or this type of sports, race, all these things. So I really don't think about the timing and this performance, first, second, or third. I just try to give my best, and I just want to practice with the less resource and the maximum output. I just want to practice those type of things. So yes, when after 5 or 6 years, 6 years, if I think about seriously the cycling sports, maybe the ultra cycling sports, then I may think about the more advanced cycling. I mean the cycle sets or all these things, or the crew supported, all these things. But not right now. I am worried about these structures or the models of cycling.
So which means these days are just the base building for Avisek. If we think about the ultra cycling, these are the base building days for Avisek.
Yes, best for all these things, all the endurance.
Yeah. So, is there any immediate plan for next 1 year in your mind? You can say whatever they are, whether it's a cycling or it's a marathon or it's a climbing, because audience is asking, what's your next 1 year plan?
Well, next I am going for the alpine climbing. Sorry, not alpine style. It would be a self-supported climbing, very technical peak. Mulkilla M4. I am going again in the June 3rd week. Our team is basically going again, not I am only. And after this expedition, I will mainly focus on the triathlon for next 2 years. My sports will be mainly triathlon, Ironman distance triathlon, and I want to. So I want to finish in a good time. Sorry, can you get it?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we had got.
So I am going for the for this part of this training, the Ironman, and I mean for the swimming, cycling, running, all these things. I'm very weak in swimming. I know that. So I need a lots of development in swimming, and I want to just finish in a good time. That is the main focus of the next 1 year. So that's what. Maybe I can do some trail running and this cycling, but main focus is now only for the triathlon for the next 1 year.
That's good. Any other question?
No, that's great. Shupradinda, I'm done with all the questions.
Okay.
So
okay. Thanks, Avisek, for such a lovely, and the best part was that the last confession that you made, that swimming is not your strength right now. You want to build on that. So not many athletes confess that
forward
in public, that okay, this is not my strength, but it's fantastic to know that okay, fine, I need to work on that. That's good for a triathlete also. And but even if your swimming is weak as per you, but you have already got lots of podium finishes in triathlon events. So I don't know. I don't know if I participate and whether I will be last in.
I'm wondering, Supradinda, I'm wondering what will be happen for the podiums when Avisek will upgrade his bike and he will be strong in swimming.
It will be a problem for rest of the participants.
Yes.
So if
and you can, and I can show you guys that I'm coming to a little bit lighter tone. Avisek, don't take me otherwise, and don't take me negatively. I can show you the pictures of Avisek when he was running in the triathlon with his dry clothes. You will not see a single athlete with that kind of cloth in triathlon. All are coming with some costly and fancy clothes. And Avisek he's a very simple guy, but he will be come on the podium.
Yes, that's
the thing. But that's motivate us a lot when many people are hesitate themselves to entrance into sport, because some sports are really expensive, especially cycling also expensive sports, there is no doubt. But when they see Avisek like that attire, and also with that attire he is achieving so many things, they really got some inspiration and they really got some courage. So that's a very amazing thing.
If you get just 2 minutes, I just want to add one more story. I actually learned my this mountaineering, all these things, this inspiration from Gautam Datta, Mr. Gautam Datta. He's actually remarkable mountaineer, a climber in the field of mountaineering. Lots of people know him. He did actually lots of alpine climbing in 1970s, 80s. So he's actually my inspiration for the climbing. So he used to say that equipments cannot be your excuse. you don't have lots of equipments for the modern mountaineering, those things. Okay, if you have a simple rope, you can do Everest also. So actually, he learned me that equipments is not the excuse. Actually, your performance, your achieve, your, and this type of, what you actually want to do. That is the question. So that part also I always follow that I cannot burden my performance for the um, equipments. Equipments is just a excuse. If you want to do something, very basic things also may be helpful. Doable, quite doable.
Perfect. That's perfect. That sums up Abhishek's live with us. An athlete, a triathlete, a mountaineer, a trail runner, a marathoner, an ultra cyclist. So Abhishek is a multi-dimensional athlete, no doubt about that. And in the last almost an hour, we have listened to his stories. And if any one of you want to get in touch with you, Abhishek is always available online on his Facebook page as well as Instagram. So you can always ask for any advice on any of these sports, all kinds of adventure sports. You just listen to his philosophy also, that he has got it from Mr. Datta Gautam Da. So that everything, that mental toughness is everything. We have to achieve that. Equipment cannot be a constraint for achieving such anything like a summit, like a podium in an ultra cycling event or a triathlon event or wherever. So mental toughness is very essential also, isn't it, Abhishek? Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So with this note, let's wrap it up. Today's live. We'll be coming up with another live next week or so. We'll all inform you well in advance. And best of luck to everyone for your ultra cycling journey. Okay, from Psychology and Coast to Crest, we are wrapping it up today. Okay, bye bye.
Bye everybody. Thank you, Avisek. Thank you, Supratimda. Thank
Okay,
you for
thank
everybody for
you
the nice
everyone.
class.
Thank
Have
you,
a nice
Psychology,
weekend.
and
Bye.
thank you all the audience.